quality level of good. Well, that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to convert everything. And we're going to upgrade. So the good ones give me 4. The lower level ones give me less refined leather. That's just how it is. This is going to take me a while. I'll cut back in after I've gotten through that, as well as the spare shirts and pants, and I guess that's all for now. But oh yeah, one other thing. If I equip one item of normal quality, it goes down to 5. Flawed, poor is pretty bad. Anyway, just thought I'd point this out. This is the bonus we were after. And let's see how high we can push it. Definitely help hit those Tengu. Okay, alright. Okay, I have a lot of refined leather. Let's see how much this is good for. I'm thinking I'm gonna up my ranged accuracy a whole bunch, as well as my other stats going up as well, incidentally. And I think I'm just gonna leave it gathering ore for the, no, I'll probably process the ore I got and try to upgrade the weapon as well. Maybe I'll even just go crazy and do everything. I don't know. But, I'm not going to push it like all the way to the max or anything. I'm just going to bring it up a bunch and then use it to steal goods. So we've got a few different questions I want to know. The first is, this is currently worth 4. Okay, add 7. Now it's only worth 8. You see the loss? You see the loss? What's the percentage? Alright, so it's worth 8. We upgrade it by 10. We go back. We try to convert it now. So you lose about 20%. Not terrible. But there's no reason to push this all the way to the limit right just now. Better to wait. We're just going to upgrade a bit so that we're able to better steal our way to the top. Okay, so what is plus 3 worth? Or plus 2 worth? Not terrible. Not terrible. It's probably going to cap out somewhere around 15-ish% with the equipment we've got now. If we could, you know, go to the next level, but we can't. So, alright. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to bring it all to plus 5. I think that's a decent amount. Get that accuracy boost. Okay. It's okay. Alright, 2 more. Yeah, I can get this up one more step. One more question. Right now, accuracy is at 424. 424. But if I remove this... Okay, alright. So it's, what is that, 55 accuracy? About to go up a little bit more. It's actually a pretty decent amount. It's more than a 10% boost. Because the bracer's giving 20, and then the set bonus is 9%. It's pretty good. We'll get this up to a +7. I'll probably tinker around with the knives and things for a little bit. I'll probably put a sword in this hand. In fact, let's go ahead and just assume I'll make a better one. But yeah, we'll go sword, knife. Yeah, we'll go sword, knife. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I'll probably tinker a little bit with the metal. Why the hell not? And then... yeah, just the hats. And then I'll stop and save my remaining material for later when I'm a higher level and can squeeze a little bit more out of it. But the fact that we're so much more accurate is going to be... well, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to see how accurate we are against the Tengu. I'm actually curious to see. I don't know exactly how the numbers work for missing and hitting, but I'm willing to bet that we're going to be highly accurate now. I don't think there's any other enemy. I don't know about Amon and Akuma, but Tengu are so far the only enemy where this was an issue. They specifically have the dodge skill. And the dodge skill is supposed to just be a blanket 20% dodge chance. So I really don't know if the accuracy boost works for that. Like, there's probably a... what I'm saying is there's probably a base dodge chance that I can never overcome when fighting these guys. Well, we seem to be hitting pretty accurately so far. We haven't missed yet. That's pretty good. Are we just getting lucky? Or is this... are we... maybe we just can't miss anymore. Because it says they have the dodge skill, but dodge... but 20% chance to dodge attacks. And these guys have that skill equipped to them. Double attack, bash, dodge. So they should have a 1 in 5 chance that anything I throw at them just misses flat. Well, that doesn't appear to be the case, strangely. Maybe their skills don't work the way my skills work, or maybe dodge factors accuracy in, and it's not a flat chance, but a, I don't know how it works. I can only figure out how things work by doing. Also, that's a pretty good XP gain. That's nice. I do kind of want to go back to being a warrior, and I do really want to explore the other classes now. Maybe we'll just keep being a thief for a little bit longer, though. Maybe when I fully upgrade my kit, I'll think about it again. Alright. Well, I'm satisfied that we are very accurate, and I don't actually need to go any further. But I'm going to bring it up to a +7. Oh, wait, there are some misses. I'm going to bring it up to a +7 anyway. Okay. So, go ahead, craft some more of these. Go over here, convert. How's that level up? Yeah, we're not getting to crafting 19 yet. I'm betting that at 21, I'd probably start seeing the next tier of equipment above good. I'd probably start seeing superior, but... look, these level ups take a long time, and I'm just not going to worry about it. I'll get by with good leather armor. I'll get by on that. How does one measure the value of the thief class? like this. Let's see. Fighting, they dropped 291 beach blanks. During the same period of time, we stole 1,800 beach blanks. We can easily calculate what our drops are per hour, what we are consuming per hour, our XP gain, all of that, just by spending a little time offline. And then we can switch classes and compare. But I'll tell you this straight up front. The drop rate doesn't compare with the stealing. And we have enhanced drops as well because of the, even though we would defeat enemies faster, it's the stealing, I can just tell you straight up, the stealing is ridiculous. Honestly, the XP rate while stealing's gotten pretty good as well. I could switch back to double slash if I wanted more. But I'm still focused on collecting items and crafting. Yeah, we're gonna continue crafting a bit longer, upgrade my gear a bit further. The thing is, I have to be active when I'm crafting. It's like, I want to make some of this or do some of that. Okay, well, I only have enough to do it for like 2.5 hours. And it's like, oh crap, well, Normally I don't do a lot of offline time. You guys know that. But just want to show you the good trick for comparing things. Look at how ridiculous stealing is. And just, man, all the time getting the extra stuff. It's really ridiculous. I intended to go back to being a warrior once I got steel and did a little bit, but because, I mean, this is time I could be leveling my warrior abilities, but and part of me wants to take the monk class because the martial arts sound really potent. They do. And you know there's going to be combo classes. They're going to be amazing that'll unlock later. So I do want to level everything. Maybe I'll look at it again after I've made some more gear. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is every single thing that's triple S grade, plus 20 triple S grade, is going to be enchanted to the max. Well, not spectrometers, obviously. Not items that don't get used. But yeah, even if it's on a pet that's not actually in combat, I'm just maxing everything out one after another. Because maybe I'll use them later, or use them to forge new gear. I have a feeling that the next tier of equipment is going to involve combining things. It'll be like, yes, you need to forge a weapon of every element together to make the new. Something like that. So we'll want as many weapons prepared as possible. Weapons and armor. I should be forging more, but I'm not. I can't be bothered. It's too much trouble. I might regret it later. I don't know. But we are approaching that 10K. So that it can laugh at me and say nothing. I mean, I've known the whole time it's going to be nothing. I'm already over 9,000. But I'm going to take it to the 10,000 mark. Yeah, I am over 9,000. Yeah, we're going to take it past the 10,000 mark, and then I'm going to stop making craziness. Yep. Why not? Why not? They still gain XP, and it's not like I need anything from them. It's not like they need to do anything important. So, anyway, That is where things be. I screwed up. And I have to try to remember what I did in the last video piece, because it had no sound! Yeah, I don't have enough USB ports, I needed to charge something, and I pulled out the microphone, and I forgot to plug it back in when it was time for recording, and, yeah, so, right. So, I did a few different things in that video. First, we'll talk about adventuring. We'll come back to adventuring in a second. It was, I decided I was bringing this up to 75. It cost a whole bunch, and we're still working on it. So that's one thing. Stealing and double stab. The difference is about 3,000 to 4,000 XP per hour. Yeah. I've set myself to warrior again, and the rationale is I really want to level up the other classes. I really want to get into the dragon room. More on that in a second, and I think unlocking this would be a good thing. So, yeah, we're working on warrior, and warrior used to be, see, what convinced me was warrior, before I did thief, warrior was getting about around 50,000 an hour. They're up to 80,000 an hour. And we've leveled up, we've geared up, but honestly I think the larger factor is all the tweaks to combat. There's been multiple times when the equations for how fighting works has changed, and I think those may have had a larger impact, though I can't say for sure. But, hey, more than a 50% XP boost per hour, I'll happily take. On the question of the dragon room, this place kicks my butt. This place very much kicks my butt. And it's not so much these types of enemies. These are okay. It's the other type. The type that really rips me apart. So, why do I want to be in the dragon room so badly? Well, I kind of need both of these. I need the beach planks. I need wood if I'm to smith. And this is all the stuff to smith here. And I need sand if I'm to make bottles to do the mana. So that you can't really pick one or the other. You kind of have to go back and forth and back and forth. And both of those enemy types are here. Plus, fire jewels. I don't know what those are, but I want them. Yeah, but the Akuma are just demons. They punch the crap out of me. There's no hope. See, we cleared the first group, no problem. Now here's the Akumas, and wait till they, even their aura shots hurt, but the real problem is Dragon Punch. Look at that! Man, the monk is such a strong class. Okay, we better get out of there. They will just destroy me. And I'm not even sure that an additional slot will do it. I mean, adding in an additional ability is a big deal, but I don't think a little HP regen will cut it. 10 more levels? I'm not getting leather from anything anymore. I've still got a whole bunch, but I also use this for crafting swords and other things, so I don't necessarily want to use it all. So I probably want to upgrade my accessories, which are junk, but I need heat for that, which means I need wood for that. Anyway, yeah, you know, stuff. What else we doing? What else we doing? Oh, yes. It has been pointed out to me that this little guy majorly overperforms from what I thought he does. I thought he'd be worth the equivalent of 10 pets for fighting shadow clones, and I was like, eh. Because that's what it looked like. You get 1,000%, but I didn't factor in the diminishing returns. Those early levels are worth more than the later ones, and we have all of these pets who would normally be level 500 because they're crafting. It seems as though he ends up being worth closer to 30 pets, 30 to 50 range, which is really overperforming what I thought he could do. So he's worth somewhere between a third and a fourth of all my pets for Shadow Clone fighting, basically. And I could have him fight non-stop, so that was another reason why it's probably how it's going to end up. I'm going to push him up to 1,000,000. I'm going to push him up to 1,000,000. I'm going to class level him and the cake to 100. And I'm going to largely ignore this stupid thing over here, which is still at 138,000 growth and climbing. But yeah, once we've successfully reached that, we'll see how he does. We'll see how he performs. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? I don't think so. I'm trying to remember if there was any other things I did, and I just don't think I did anything else. I swapped a few things around. I want this to grow. He's just here until the slime is done, and the slime is going to take probably, I don't know, maybe a month? Maybe not a month. I gave him the, this, which is another 10% boost to his growth over what he's getting from here. So, maybe it won't take him that long. I don't know. He's going to be in there a while. He's going to be in there quite a while. Also, this guy's gotten real buff. Holy crap, he's 50% larger almost. Well, it'll soon be 50% larger than the next biggest thing. He is insane. Isn't that epic? Oh, right, that was another thing I did. I boosted some of these. But it comes at the cost of growth per hour. So, I am thinking a lot about doing this. Doing some ultimate overflow challenges. I would kind of like to do longer runs over these 6-hour ones I'm averaging with overflow. For overflow, I need, I want to do 5 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here. You already know that. So, then I want this to be good, but I feel like I really need to. My next goal for GP is to gain some more creation speed, which we're approaching. We'll get there soon. This isn't very good yet, but I feel like it might become very, very good in time. And I'm still thinking towards the days. I think I speculated some about the day challenges and what I can do in those. The short version is, with all the different things I've done since my last time through them, I think I'll be a lot better. I specifically want to max this out. Down here. Physical Mystic Battle Rebirth Cap. I think I want the Christmas event statue. Might as well level this thing up and use him and the cake, both of those maxed. should have a big impact. And of course, we've been gaining all sorts of things since the last time. So, you know, and the overflow stuff. And I probably want to do more of these. Okay, I definitely want to do more of these and get some of these done. The big question, right? The thing I don't know whether or not. Do I want to do the day challenges, which make me stronger, and then do the other 10 UCCs? Or do I want to do it the other way around? And let the UCCs make me stronger for the days? I don't know. I could also try more hard mode. I could try for more hard mode points. Those are always welcome. I can't imagine what it's like starting the game now. If you started a new game. There's so many things. I'd have no idea what to do. I think I'd experience choice paralysis. Whoops. I think I'd experience choice paralysis. Alright, anyway, that's where things are. So, yeah, I don't think of any real use for the metal, other than to perhaps to give myself some benchmarks to use for the future. Crafting benchmarks. So, we're going to begin with a few different things, a few different categories, and I've already crafted some items. So, first up, this is 20 metal and 100 heat. Hold on. So, we're going to prepare to be flash banged. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Alright, here we go. Boop. So, why is it so far down? What is going on? Okay, good. Alright. Metal, heat, result. 3 categories. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means for 20 metal and 100 heat, we will get a result. More on that. We'll actually be dividing the results into 3 categories. And moving on. So boots are 20 and 100. Bracers are 20 and 100. Pants and shirts, however, vary. I didn't actually realize that the pants differed from the chest in the heat content. So there's going to be one small gap in our test. I suppose I should add one more category, and that is time, which is very important as well. I'm, for the moment, going to assume that the results are identical between pants and armor. I didn't make the pants, so we won't be testing that one. But anyway, this is, I'm just going to write down what my current time is. 126, okay? For simplicity, we will just do that. It's not going to affect the ratios any, but, you know, as we level up smithing, it will get faster. Alright, the next category we'll put down, we'll just go with this one. So it's 40, 100, 40, 100, 253, 253, dash. Alright, fine. We will do a little bit of a test for pants, just in case. It's got the same time and the same metal. It just has a different heat value for some reason. So, I can afford to make 4 of them. Make 4 of them while we're doing other things. And Maybe we can test it too. Okay, anyway. So that is part of it. Next up we have 6,300, 438. Okay. 6,300, 438. Dash. Okay. But wait, there's more! Metal dagger! We have a 30. 30, 150. 30. Let me put that in the correct column. 150, and then what was that? 140? Here, I'll put this over here. 144. Okay, we're almost done. Believe it or not. We have almost finished. We've only got the metal sword, which is more complicated because it's a 35, 200, but then it asks for leather, which I'll put, let me see, let me put the 253, put the dash, then let me put an asterisk, 5, leather, as I'm just gonna... But that's not the only one, because then we've got this one, which is 50, considering only the head is metal. Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. 250 heat, but that's, then 547, but, somehow all the wood that goes into it is just lost, because we just take the head off and melt that down. It's very strange. And these 75 pine planks are actually a big expense, because each pine plank is worth 5 heat. So this actually costs, and the spear is actually exorbitantly expensive in terms of how much heat you're spending when you count those boards. And those boards didn't get used to make heat, which means you got less smithing skill out of your materials. The metal spear is a particularly bad deal, but we'll see. Maybe it will yield disproportionately good results in exchange. And finally, there's the wooden shield. This one doesn't count. This one doesn't count because it gives you refined pine instead of metal. Because you can see that's the first thing. Anyways, I have a couple of them to trash. They're not good. Okay, now, what was all this for? Well, you probably already know what this is for. What we're gonna do is we're now going to fill in this chart. Can you read this? Do I need to make it bigger? Is that better? How about this? Can y'all read that? All right. So what's going to happen now is we're going to fill this out with the conversion table. That's kind of what we're making. So the results are going to be, I didn't bother with flawed. I had intended just to do poor and normal, but I ended up making goods of these things as well. And I didn't bother with things that were identical, like boots, rings, bracers. You know, a lot of the things all cost the same amount. So helmets here represent 20 metal, 100 heat. So this would be 1, 3. So it's going to end up being 1, probably 2, 2, 3, or maybe 1, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter. As I said, I left out one of the categories because I was only going to do poor and normal, so we'll just do poor and normal, which means that we've got 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, what the hell? We'll include the good. 1, 2, 3. All right, we know there's a category missing. Shit. I was only going to do the 2 data points. Now there's going to be question marks. We'll just do normal and poor, okay? Normal and poor. This isn't the full, masterful, fill out the wiki kind of data. This is just some benchmarks for me to work with to know what the best ratio of metal, of input to output, if I want to make refined stuff for upgrading my equipment. If I wanna upgrade my gear, what's the best way to make the refined materials? So, next up, let's do 30 metal. So, 30 metal was the dagger. Alright. Well, if I wish to if I wish to convert daggers, our data points are 2. 2, 3. Okay. Not bad. So, you pay 50% more metal, but you get +1 to your result. Is that good or bad? It depends. If I had smithing level 0, then this would be great because I'd be making garbage all the time. But as I get to be as I get better and better results, as my skill builds up, it might actually be better to craft, the helmets. But what of 35? I don't expect this to be any better than the dagger, but let's see. Equip, convert. Alright, so poor metal sword is 2. It jumped to 4. Isn't that interesting? So the leather, is the leather factoring in? The leather might matter. This is interesting. Are swords the best thing for me to get metal ingots from? Because I'm assuming this will hold true to iron and everything else as well. So, I assume that it's being treated as if it had a cost of 40. I assume that's what's going on here. But, let's move on to the next category. 2, 4. So this is identical. Okay. Alright. So that's fine. What about the pants? We don't have quite the full range. We'll come back to that at the end. Let's go for spears. Alright, little spear, what do you got for me? 3. 5. I didn't make a good spear. That's fine. 3 to 5. Okay. And finally, we have the knuckles. Alright, metal knuckles. 3, 6, 8. That's the first time the gap was 2. That's the first time the gap has been 2 points between them. Alright, 3 to 6. Ha! Alright, let's begin analyzing. Alright, let's look at the pants. Now we got another poor one. With only the single data point, it's hard to say. I'm assuming it's going to be identical to this. I assume that the pants are just a bad deal because they cost extra heat. But, okay. 3 times the price, 3 times the result. But if you produced good, a good knife, if we go back here, I know this is outside the data points I'm supposed to have, but the good knife is 4. Wait a minute. Why am I saying knife? I mean helmet. Helmet, helmet, helmet. The good helmet is 3, whereas the good knuckles is 8. So it seems to me that if I make helmets as I get more skilled and make more good, I think the helmets actually have a higher yield. I suppose there's one other question to ask. These give me 25 XP, since XP is the real prize. Huh. The metal knuckles give slightly higher EXP yield. The helmets would give slightly higher refined material yield. I'm just gonna eliminate this category because it's stupid. Remove the pants. Okay. I would say the sword costs extra heat. Let's take one more look back at chest plates. 5. I think chest plates might actually be the best pick. And that's because of heat. Because for whatever reason, the chest plate gives you a discount when crafting it in heat. If that ever changes, if that was unintentional and the author changes that later, then that's that. But at least for now, paying half off on the heat is kind of a big deal. I think that's kind of a big deal. Because the heat is actually hard to get. The heat is actually kind of hard to get. Yeah. We get a lot. We've got a lot more ore, a lot more materials to craft with than we're actually getting boards to make heat. So, yeah. I'm only able to assume that this holds true of later stuff, but they tend to use, like, instead of 20, an iron helmet costs 40. Like, the ratios, they just get bigger. Everything gets harder at the higher tier. So, yeah. I should probably get rid of all the junk. Also, you can only have the shield in your offhand. Look at this. The normal shield, normal level, is only worth 1 pine. Same as the poor and the flawed. Even the good wooden shield is only worth 1 enhanced pine. Oh man, shields are terrible to upgrade. Oh man. Oh. Oh man. And they cost as much metal as a helmet each time, too. To just get one? That can't be right. That might change. That might change. That might not be permanent. Anyway, I should probably mash up all the other stuff. Let's take a moment to upgrade. Oh, shit. Heat. Anyway, I'll convert stuff and I'll upgrade stuff a little bit. Not enough that it's going to make any kind of difference. This was mostly just an experiment to give me some benchmarks to go on. The wiki will doubtedly have much better data than, but I like figuring shit out for myself. This is interesting. I was going to go with just, sitting there making swords. or something to level up my stuff and get metal. Oops. But now I'm like, oh shit, the armor's a much better deal. Okay. Well, I'll just chuck the data away. I don't need it. Now that I've got my result for the moment, everything is still in flux. Things are going to keep changing. I wouldn't be surprised if the holiday item gave me some kind of crafting boost for adventure mode or something. Like, anything could happen, so we'll just keep quietly leveling up to 50 and unlock our first maxed out ability.